This video is a part 2 to my video, Dream is a Ticking Time Bomb. That video covers a lot of Dream's past controversies, such as the shipping and Dream stands going after people for sneezing the wrong way. I'd recommend watching that video first before watching this one. If you've already watched that one, then enjoy the video. I've been thinking about Dream and his stands a lot recently. Probably way more than I did when making my original video. There's been a lot of new developments in this saga, and I want to make a video discussing the events of the previous 2 months. This video will probably be less organized than my previous video, as my previous video on Dream had the main idea of Dream's fanbase potentially self-destructing and his career being over. But this one doesn't really have any main idea tying everything together. However, there have been a lot of things weighing on my mind recently, and I feel I need to talk more about it. Before we get into the video, according to Tory Lanez and his new album Daystar, only 2.6% of people watching my videos are subscribed. Now, I do know that Tory Lanez is not the most trustworthy source, but I double checked that statistic with YouTube Analytics, and it's true! Make sure to subscribe to the channel right now in order to help me reach 300 subscribers by the end of the hour. Let's first start off with an updated list of all the controversies Dream has stumbled in this autumn. If you think I missed any, I probably talked about it in my last video. I think there have been 3 distinct, major controversies, specifically involving Dream since my last video. I'll try to go over them chronologically. The first major controversy Dream got into was the glow squid debate. I'm sure everyone watching this video knows what happened, but to sum it all up, Dream told his fanbase to vote for the glow squid, and he'd follow people who did. The glow squid ended up winning. People got mad at Dream for using his influence for personal benefit. Dream called them all little babies, but then he apologized for it later. Now, I know a lot of people point to this one event as Dream's biggest mistake, but honestly, I don't see why it is that big of an issue. The mob vote is probably one of the least consequential things to ever happen to Minecraft. 2 of the 3 mobs were passive mobs, which probably wouldn't do much if they were added, and the third was some rare mob you'd only find in a specific biome. This vote was so insignificant and harmless that I have no idea why people are mad, besides a growing hate mentality against Dream, but I will talk about that later. Also, dozens of creators told their fan bases who to vote for, not just Dream. Most notably, Captain Sparkles, someone who has 4 times as many Twitter followers as Dream, encouraged people to vote for the Iceologer. And from what I've seen, no one has called Jordan out the same way they called out Dream. The next major controversy involving Dream happened immediately after the mob vote, and got overlooked by a lot of the community, probably due to the mob vote taking away everyone's attention. However, I believe this is probably the biggest whoopsie Dream has done. What I'm talking about is Dream's feud with Colin Smoke. While I could not find screenshots of these tweets, I don't remember the exact details of the tweets. I believe what happened was that Colin Smoke made some jokes about how Dream might be racist for calling villagers slaves, and Dream got mad at him and called him out on Twitter. Colin Smoke then decided to move on from the beef and go back to what he was doing before, which was a giveaway and charity livestream. Dream then got mad at Colin again, as Dream thought he was using charity as a distraction for bad jokes, and this set off Dream's crazy fanbase to start harassing Colin Smoke, and the amount of harassment Colin got caused him to deactivate his Twitter account. Once again, this is another example of Dream stans attacking someone since Dream doesn't like them. However, Colin later made a long statement on Twitter, where he said a few interesting things. Colin says that Dream knew what he was doing when he started calling him out on Twitter. If what Colin is saying is true, that could be very bad. It would mean that Dream is willing to maliciously send his fanbase to attack anyone that pisses him off, even if it was just for jokes. Now, we really have no way of knowing if what Colin said was true or not, but there's still something to think about. Colin Smoke also uses excellent imagery in his response to Dream by saying, "Dream slept fine. I was consoling my mother who was freaked out by everything going on." While Colin might have been exaggerating here, it still does raise a good point. When Dream, whether knowingly or unknowingly, sends his fanbase to attack someone, there are really no consequences for him, but for the person on the receiving end of the hate could potentially be life-changing. Dream never responded to Colin Smoke after that, and while there is more to this story, I will come back to this situation later in the video. The last major controversy Dream has found himself in is the growing belief that he fakes his speedruns. This is due to a video made by Guy, which leaked some of the math done in a Minecraft speedrun Discord that supposedly showed Dream's ender pearl drop rates were astronomically lucky. However, I don't think it is right for me to side either way yet, because I believe there is still an investigation going on into what happened here. All we really know is that Guy and some other people are saying Dream cheated, and Dream defends himself in a 10-page essay that he sent the show guy, which he posted to his YouTube channel, and I read like half of. Until we know more information about this incident, I don't think it is right to criticize Dream for something he might not have even done. However, it is nice of Dream to not immediately make a video calling the show guy a moron and clout chaser for his views, which is an improvement over previous dramas. Those three are the major incidents since I made my video. However, Dream has actually made some statements about his toxic fanbase and controversy since my video was out, and I'll go over all of them now. The first response Dream made to videos calling him out was this tweet. Now looking at this tweet in the present day, this has to be probably the worst response to drama possibly ever. Dream pretty much generalizes all of his critics the same way he claims that we generalize all stans. I didn't think I ever had to make this clear, but I am not saying that all stans are deplorable dickheads who want to gangbang the Dream team. I am saying there is a concerning amount of people who act irresponsibly in his community. Even if only 1% of people who follow Dream on his second account acted like the people I described in my videos. That is roughly 5,500 people who are willing to give death threats for the slightest of mistakes. Going back to Colin Smoke, 5,500 people make up 13.75% of the people who follow Colin on Twitter. To Dream it might not mean anything, but to the people who aren't as big as him, 5,000 people make a huge difference. Dream's next response to his critics came in the form of the Twitlonger, where he claims he would be addressing each and every one of his past controversies. When I saw this tweet, I was pretty happy, because I thought he would finally take responsibility for people like Colin Smoke, the Mr. Epic, Happy Heart, and others facing harassment and death threats, and also stand up to people drawing porn of Tommy in it. Instead, we got a bunch of lame apologies for drama that no rational person cares about. Dream apologized for things like saying Native American war cries, defending A60, sharing a similar name to Cryotic, and more very insignificant situations. I don't care about Dream having a similar Twitter handle to a pedophile, and it would be hypocritical of me to think so. I don't think I should have to apologize for sharing the same first name as Charles Manson. I do care about Dream's fans harassing different creators, but he just ignored this little controversy in this apology. However, I think this apology was more towards Dream's hardcore fanbase, and not towards people who have made videos about him with bigger points of issue. Lastly, Dream has made some pretty vague tweets on his second account that are probably the closest we are going to get to an apology. He first says he doesn't condone any of the people Sidon hates other creators. Then a few days later, he said he disowns any of his fans who attack creators on his behalf. Problem solved, you may be thinking right now. After all, the entire point of my first video was to get Dream to speak about this very topic. However, something rubs me the wrong way about this apology. He made this on his second Twitter account. If he made a video talking about how you shouldn't harass other creators on his main channel, or even said the exact same thing on his main Twitter, I wouldn't feel like Dream half-assed this apology. However, it is hard for me to take Dream seriously here, when he is still posting on his second Twitter account. If Dream really wanted this message to go out to all of his fans, he would have picked a platform where he has more followers. However, there is something else about this apology that leaves me unsatisfied. And to be fair to Dream, this is not his fault in any way. Before I explain in detail what I am talking about, I want you to think about who is your favorite member of Dream SMP. Even if you are a die-hard fan of Dream, it probably isn't Dream. Your favorite member is probably Tommy Innit, or Robersit, or Technoblade, or Nihachu, but I doubt it's Dream. Saying your favorite member of Dream SMP is Dream is like saying your favorite member in Mario Kart is Mario. I think my quick experiment shows another slide to this issue of Dream stans. 99% of the time, the responsibility of Dream stans is placed solely on Dream himself, not anyone else in the Dream team or Dream SMP. George Not Found, Sapnap, Tommy Innit, Nihachu, and all the other Dream SMP members have the same responsibility Dream does, to make sure their fans know it is not okay to draw porn of their favorite content creators and then send death threats to random people. It isn't like the other members of the Dream SMP haven't gotten into controversies like Dream has either. In my original video, I talk about 3 major issues I have with Dream's fanbase. They are willing to do illegal acts to get Dream to notice them, they draw porn of Dream and his friends, they harass creators who Dream doesn't like. These 3 problems are problems with a lot of the Dream SMP's fanbase. The YouTuber Idea made a video talking about a girl on TikTok who was stalking Tommy Innit in real life. When she got called out for it, she pulled the age card. I talked a bit about this before. People have drawn porn and written sexual fanfictions of Tommy Innit and Tubbo as well. On Nihachu's Lover host, Nikki literally kicked someone off because she was scared her fanbase was gonna cancel that person if she ended up choosing him. The person that was so edgy and dangerous her fans would have freaked out if she talked to him was Connor Eats Pants. Lastly, Colin Smoke once again got into a beef on James Charles' Lover host, this time with the Eric. The Eric agreed with another contestant's claim that Colin Smoke was a cloud chaser, and Colin Smoke said something like, "You've been acting differently ever since he got in Dream SMP." All of these events are pretty minor. This could just be the beginning of all the content creators on the Dream SMP facing the same problem Dream does with his fanbase. A lot of Dream's friends share the same fanbase as Dream. It is also their responsibility to make sure their fanbase knows not to harass other creators or do any illegal things. Obviously, even if the content creators tell their fans not to do these things, people are still going to do them. But if you don't want people associating you with your toxic fans, you have to make it clear that you don't condone their destructive actions. From what I have seen, Jay Slath, Connor Eats Pants, and Tommy Innit are the only prominent members of Dream SMP who have called out toxic people in their community and have told them to stop whatever they're doing. If more members of Dream SMP do this as well, it is very likely that the community will become much less toxic. Some people might think that it is better to stay silent on the issue of stands and shipping than it is to talk about it, but I don't think that is the case here. A lot of the members of Dream SMP have already acknowledged shipping and similar toxic behaviors and jokes they have made on Twitch or Twitter. If they never acknowledged the bad side of the fanbase, they probably wouldn't have to separate themselves from their fans. But by constantly interacting and talking to their fans, it makes it hard to separate the creator from their fanbase, which is why I think some of the Dream SMP should probably start making official statements talking about these issues. Lastly, I want to talk about one more thing relating to Dream, his stans, and his critics. In July, I made a video criticizing Dream for how he responded to a video made on him by Happy Heart. That video got absolutely destroyed by Dream's fans, and it has like 40 likes to 175 dislikes and only 2,000 views, which is something like a 20% like to dislike ratio. Looking back at it, I was a lot more toxic and angry than I probably should have been. However, I did get one thing right in that video. At the end, I predicted that someone with much more success and clout than me or Happy Heart is going to come along one day, see what the Dream team and their fans are doing, and call them out on it, resulting in a major loss for Dream and anybody else with a similar fanbase to his. And I think that is starting to come true. In the present, my video I made on Dream in September has 4 times as many views, but has a 98% like to dislike ratio, which is a huge difference to my very first video. I'm not the only one with this very positive reception. Idea's video, Why I Hate Dream Stands, has a 95% like to dislike ratio. A Grand Monkey's video, Dream Did Something Scummy, has a 94% like to dislike ratio. The Stellar J's video, Dream Stands Have Officially Gone Too Far, has over 700,000 views, and makes fun of Dream Stands for minor things like cosplaying as him and his friends. You would think that this would result in at least a 80% like to dislike ratio, judging by the unnecessary hate in the video and the supposed popularity of Dream, but no. The video actually has the best like to dislike ratio at 98%. As time goes on, more and more people are turning against Dream. People are realizing the problems with the Dream team and their community, and taking a stand against them. Each video made about Dream is getting more and more views, and more support from the greater YouTube audience. Even if the Dream team's fanbase doesn't self-destruct, it is likely that the slightly more rational people will end up turning against them anyway. So good luck to Dream and all the members of Dream SMP on solving their issues with their fanbase, because you are probably going to need it. Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Comment giraffe if you made it this far, and I will see you in the next video.
Now I'm in a spaceship, 2-seat. Baby, tell me would you ride for me, die for me. Now that I'm up, they go get rid of me, sick of me. Baby, tell me you gonna be by my side, gonna be by